Hello everyone, I'm Eric from Edicute and today is November 29th and welcome to another teacher talk. Today, it's an interesting day. If you're there, please say hello. We've already had Roman on. Hello Roman. He said, hi everyone. Oh, let me click here. Hi everyone, what's new today? Greetings from Ecuador. Roman, you're number one. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, everyone, another week. Say hello, put your name in the chat, and if you have any questions, just add them down below, and we'll see if we can get to them. Puong, hi, how are you today from Vietnam? Puong, I'm making a list of ways to say hello or some interesting words that I can use for most countries, and I'm writing them down. So I was wondering, how do you say in Vietnamese again? How do you say hello in Vietnamese? Ashmeet, you made it. How are you today? So nice to see you. And Abhay, how are you today? Yeah, guys, it's so nice to see all of you again. Usually when I start this live stream, it takes a little bit of time to get into it. How are you guys doing? For me, it's very interesting, actually. So I live in South Korea, for those of you who don't know. Chin Chao, Chin Chao. Is that how I can say it? Chin Chao? Chin Chao. Okay, nice. Thank you, Pong. Abe, you're fine. That's excellent. Yeah, so I live in South Korea, and recently the COVID numbers have increased. So at my at the university where I work today, like a day before class started, they told us that we should give the students the option of having class online. So I'm supposed to go to school, and then I have to do online class, or the students can come into class. I think most of them will probably try and do it online. But yeah, I'm ready for it. I've prepared my students, and it will be very quick just to move to using Zoom for lessons. We've only got 3 weeks left for the semester, and then we'll go. Naima, how are you, Naima? It's good to see you. And then my brother Paul is here. He says that I've got more subs on YouTube than a really popular music group, a band in South Africa. So I'll be proud of that. Ashmit, could you please say my Indian quote to kick this live stream off? Ashmit, of course I can. To Kais hi up log. How are you? Ashmit taught me that. Actually, guys, I've had a really interesting idea. I think what I want to do, maybe not right now, I'm very busy right now. I'll tell you guys all about what's going to happen in December. But I was thinking in January, I love learning all these words and also expressions. And I was thinking of doing a new series where I ask a teacher from every country to teach me some words or some classroom expressions with their native language, you know. So let's say, for example, I interview someone from India. I can have a 5-minute chat with them, and I'll record it where they teach me some interesting words that I can use in Indian in the classroom, or if I'm traveling, just maybe like 5-minute videos. And then I will put them out every Friday, maybe, you know, so I can do every country or every language. I can have a chat with someone from that country and then put it out where they teach me some words. Letty, hi. Letty, it's so interesting. So as you all know, Letty's been with me. We've chatted online, and then recently I saw a video of her on Facebook, and Letty, you looked amazing. Compared to before, you know, I think, you know, you were still getting used to speaking in front of a camera, and you were a little bit shy, or not shy, but a bit more quiet and reserved. And then I just saw a couple of minutes of her talking now, and she looked amazing. So we really can see how, you know, exposure and learning new things can really improve, and getting used to it, because you look like such a pro. I'm very proud of you. Naima, how are you? I'm very good. But actually, I went out last night. So today yeah, today I'm not in the best of shapes, but I've been working very hard on the channel. I'll tell you all about that now. So it was fun to go out last night with a friend who was visiting. But now I think for December, I'm not going to go out or do anything at night. I'm just going to work on the channel. I've got many good ideas. Hey, I am improving how to speak English. I'm improving your English. I'm so happy. Hey, if you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below. And everybody else, you can do the same too. Puong, I feel so lucky that I found your YouTube a few months ago. It helps my online class become way easier. I'm so happy for that. That's exactly what this is for. Now, about my content, let me quickly about my content. Let me just go through here. My dad's on here too. Anna, hi Anna. You can see that nice badge. Oh, all the EduCube members. My dad, Anna, Elsa, hi. Elsa, I just love your rainbow. Every time I see it, it makes me feel better. Anna, how are you doing? So nice to see you. Anna, nice to see you also. What's your weather like? It's probably very cold in Russia right now. Naima, you're a brilliant teacher. Thank you so much. I feel like there's so much left to do. Betty. Oh, Betty's been quoting a lot. Betty, I'm so grateful. You've been supporting so well. I've seen a lot of your comments, so thank you so much. Ashmit, I'm down for 5 minutes anytime, brother. Ashmit, I think I would love to chat to you again. So what Ashmit is talking about is I've got this idea to interview not interview. Actually, I want to be taught by other teachers or other people. So maybe make, let's say it's Ashmit and I ask Ashmit to teach me some Indian words or expressions, especially things that are very useful or funny or that I can use in the classroom. And then that I'll make that like a weekly series where I interview some of the subscribers and we use that. But guys, let me quickly, okay, I will be happy to do that with you and teach you a little bit of Vietnamese. Thank you, Pong. I would love to go back to Vietnam. I was in oh, see, this is what happens when you go out. You don't remember things. Miran, hi. Actually, I want to do the IELTS exam to study abroad. Yes. I think next year I really want to do some videos on IELTS, how to study it, because many people have asked for it. So let me quickly tell you about what I'm currently doing. I always tell you, oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Actually, what I'm busy with now, I shot maybe 20 videos, and I've edited half of them. I've got them ready. And for December, I'm going to release a video almost every day. I think I'm going to do a video every weekday, except for Saturday, and then nothing Saturday. And Sunday, I've got the live stream. So I'm going to bring out 6 videos a week, because I really want to push it, especially if you guys are on Facebook. I really want you to watch on Facebook, because I want to push Facebook a lot harder this time. So if you are on Facebook, if you watch on Facebook, please share the videos that I'm going to put out. I think I would really appreciate it, because I'm going to bring out so many good videos. The first video will be on Tuesday, and it's going to be 10 writing activities. I'm so happy with that video. I think it's going to be so much fun, because I've done a lot of videos on speaking activities, writing activities, not writing activities, listening activities, reading activities. And this will be my 10 writing activities video. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And then the first 10 videos after that, for the first 2 weeks of December, are going to be classroom energizers. They're the type of games that you can play in your class to get the students excited, or if you have 5 minutes left, they're going to be a lot of fun. And then the last 10 videos I'm going to do the end of December, and they're going to be the second week 3 and week 4 of December, and they're going to be about speaking activities. Miran, yes, IELTS, I'll definitely get on that next year. Anna says to my dad, the weather is cold these days. 14 degrees Celsius below zero in Ural. Anna, I'm not going there during winter. I would die. I'm okay with Korean called, but that's it takes a special type of person to survive there. Gustavo, how are you doing? So nice to see Gustavo. He also comments a lot. Really appreciate that. Oh, I hope a very hopeful news. Kezia, hi Kezia, how are you doing? Looking at a Rapunzel picture. Puong, just a question. What kind of cameras are you using for such a good video like that? Well, it depends. For this video that I'm doing for my live stream, I'm actually using a webcam. It's a Logitech. What is it? I think it's like a Logitech. What is the number? It's like something 90. And the funny thing is, it's a really good webcam. And then, but I paid so much more for like the next expansion of webcam, so it's not necessary. And then for my other videos that I'm shooting, I'm using a Canon M60. Now I'm not good at photography, as most of you guys know, but I just love the fact that I can switch it on. I take my video and then I use it. So sometimes the color correction isn't great, but I enjoy it. Fokito, hi. Can you give me some advice to encourage students to learn more vocabulary? Sometimes I swear they are so lazy. Thanks for everything. I think the best thing to do with vocabulary is to play games. So you can do games like, I used to do them a lot of games that I created with them. A lot of board races you can do. So you write a board like a board game on your board, and then put the students into teams, and then you let them. You say, okay, what is this word? If you've got flashcards, you can use flashcards. You can say a word, and the students have to use the word in a sentence. You can even do words that are similar. So if you say, okay, or opposites, so you can say, oh, what is the opposite of hot? If they're studying it, and they can say cold, whatever it might be. You can ask them for explanations of the word. That's just one type of game that you can do. You can also give them, I love using dice then too. Getting a soft dice, and they can throw it at each other. And then they say, if you write the vocabulary on the board, to learn vocabulary, you can also do like competition. I think to get students competitive and see, you put them into groups and they have to write as much as the vocabulary as possible. I think that is the way to go, is to make the vocabulary important to them. So if they're going to play a game, or if they're going to be competitive and do it like a fun test of some kind, you can do that. I'll think of some more games for vocabulary and motivation for vocabulary. I think that's a really good idea. Vocabulary video. So what I'm thinking right now is, yes, I'm going to finish all these activity videos that I think you guys might enjoy. And then for next year, I'm going to put out a series for English learners and teachers, where it's a lot of questions. I'm going to take different topics, and then the questions, 20 questions for, and 20 ways to answer those questions in English. So if the topic is sport, I'll go through 10 questions and 10 answers, and 10 questions and 10 answers. And I'll also release it in maybe like a book form. So that's really good if you're teaching one-on-one and you've got questions. It's also great for students to, if you want to start a lesson, you let them ask each other these questions. I think it'll be really useful. And then also I want to do a video on one-on-one teaching, how to tutor one-on-one activities, and then expressions, like I said, classroom phrases or expressions that you can use as a teacher. And then also I really like this idea of motivating students and vocabulary games too. I'm making a list of all these things because, I think it's important to touch on all of them. And then obviously IELTS, and also I want to do a whole series maybe on teaching some grammar, some basic grammar. Manol from Palestine, how to apply the ECRIF framework to each grammar. Yeah, that's a little bit it's possible. Let me quickly think about it. Alexandra, hi, how are you doing, Alexandra? Anything special happened this week? Yeah, so I'm just going to look up quickly to give some examples. Okay, let's see the stages. Okay, so you want to teach, apply the ECRIF framework to teach grammar. Okay, so what does the ECRIF stand for? It's encounter, clarify, remember, internalize, and fluency. So we want to use that. Manol, oh yes, Manol, by the way, Manol, I wanted to say something. You always ask the best questions that are really tough and make me think, and it improves. And actually, last week you asked me about using the inductive approach or the deductive approach. So the inductive approach is where you give students examples and they have to try and find the meaning for the grammar, whereas the deductive method for teaching is more where you give the students a rule and then they have to follow it. And you know what? You asked me, Eric, which one do you prefer? And I was thinking about it, and I told you that I preferred the deductive method where I give them the rule immediately, and then it's fast for them, especially if they're more advanced. And then for less advanced students, I use the inductive model where I give them examples and then ask them to come to their own conclusions. And I was actually, you do these things without even, you do it subconsciously. If you start teaching, you find things that work and you teach that way. And it's really funny because I was during class, I was teaching, and some of the students, I was teaching them some grammar, some tense or something, and I gave them some examples of how to use it. And I thought, oh, actually, I'm using the inductive method with these lower level students, just like I thought. You do it without thinking about it. So yeah, let's think about this. I think this will be our main question because it's such a good way. Okay, so we should write it down somewhere. But I had something to put here. So ECRIF. I don't want to show you my handwriting. I was writing. I think my handwriting is getting worse and worse. Normally teachers just get better and they've got such a nice handwriting. Your board skill is very important. But I just I find myself getting lazy and lazier, especially if I know the students should understand what I'm saying. So I just write it down there, and it's almost illegible. So the first one, E, is encounter, and that is the first time that the learner is going to encounter something. So you could, that first time is maybe with or without relia. It could be it could be like showing. Yeah, that's the first time that you're going to present them with this new language. So the students, you have to use the students' background knowledge, something that they might, you should link it to something they might already know. Okay, so let's say you were teaching them one tense, and now you're going to say, well, this is the way we did it before, but now if we want to change it, this is the way we're going to do it now. I can't think of a specific example to give you. Just know that we have to link it to that, and then so that we activate it. So encounter is the first time they see it, and some methods that we can use to do that. We can once we show them something, we can do some matching exercises, right? Match the correct form of the verb with with that tense, or perhaps some matching things. You can also categorize them. You can say, okay, put all of this under this category or this category. That could be easier. Let me quickly carry on before I'm going to go back to clarify now. Cheers from Algeciras, and that is Algiers, is it? Algeria? Alexandra? I hope so. There we go. Hi, can I be your can I be your student? I would like to be like you, ESL teacher, but I need to learn how to do this. I have my own speaking club, but it's not as good as I want. Well, what did I want to say? I think it's totally possible. You've got this goal of what you want to become, and now it's just about pushing yourself to get there and learning these new skills that you really want. So if you've got a speaking club, you find someone that you want to model, or they've achieved something you want to achieve too, and now you're just going to try to do all the things you need to do what they did to get there. So you're going to practice, learn new skills. You're going to yeah, it's just going to come down to working on yourself and improving a little bit at a time, and then you get to where you want to be. I think I should actually take that advice too and start looking at people that I really I admire when it comes to working hard or being good at a certain skill, and then looking at that person and then kind of retracing their steps and then doing the same thing to achieve that result. Right. Betty, I use inductive approach to teach beginners. Definitely. Be the revolution. This is another professor that works with me. So good to see you. We were actually talking, you should check out his channel. We were talking about it before. And also a great teacher. It's a teacher, Ben. He's got a channel called Be the Revolution. Check out some of his videos. One of the best teachers at our university or that I've met, and I really like his way of teaching. Alexandra, my English club is not progressing. Everyone is either lazy or they've got too much work or they're afraid of COVID. So I will have to try to arrange it online. Hopefully we'll have volunteers to participate. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. These language clubs, like Chatbox, has grown immensely because the people support it. I think you've got to make it easier for yourself. You know, people, especially around this time, people will focus on things that are easy or that can help them. If it's a bit too difficult, or if they don't like the topics, or if they have to, if they've got other things to do, it's going to be very difficult for them to join. So I think the best thing is to find a good time that suits everyone. It's getting a good format in how to do it, to give everyone a chance to speak, and then also to interesting topics. And yeah, just make it fun for them and let them come, I think, once it becomes a habit for them, once they do it a week after week, they'll really enjoy it. And this is such a nice smile. Alexandra, nice to see you. Of course, it's so nice to see you too. Eric, I'm from Mexico. Here in my country, the most of the recognized English schools have a catchword: learn without any grammar rule. First speak and then learn grammar. Is this possible? If it is, how? Well, that's how most people actually, that's like the natural method of using a language. Because when you were studying when you learned to speak Spanish, right? Your native language, did your parents go and teach you the grammar to speak it? No, you learn through experience. You listened to them, you saw how it worked. You made connections, and then as a baby you started saying your own words and then putting them into sentences and using phrases. So a lot of schools push for this method, and I think it's very important for students to use natural language to get that experience and to get familiar with something, with the language. But I also think it's very useful to use grammar. I wouldn't say don't use anything. I would say, or don't use grammar. I enjoy grammar because for a lot of people, it helps if they understand where it comes from, especially if it's their second language. So, for example, if they're speaking their native language and you give them an example and they understand it, then they can use it over and over again. And it might be quicker to use it that way too. Because remember, you're not going to be a baby. You're not going to have parents around you to help you, to show you. So you're going to have to learn on your own too. I hope that helps, guys. Yeah, by the way, I'm sorry. I feel like today I'm not as on point. I'm very scatterbrained, so I apologize if I'm not as sharp as I should be. And I know I'm not always perfect, but I think it's just today. From next week, I'm going to be a teetotaler, and I'm going to be 100% with you. So just forgive me for today. Just give me a rain check for that one. Algeciras is a city in Spain next to Gibraltar. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I can see Gibraltar from my terrace. Spanish people really need some motivation to start studying English. Yeah, it must be very difficult, especially if you're surrounded by Spanish. I think, people learn if they enjoy it or they learn if it's important to them, right? So if it's important for their jobs or if it will help them stand out. I think as teachers, we have to motivate our students a lot to get the best out of them. And that can be through praise or, it could be all these different methods to actually motivate students to do something, right? You get internal motivation where it comes from the student themselves, their own personal motivation to improve. That's the strongest reason. And then you get external reasons like, you can have better job prospects, or you can learn something, or you get a prize, or you get better grades. So we should use both. Yes, it's Ben for Be the Revolution. Always good. Saima, hi Saima, how are you? Appreciate the kind comments. It's cold here and I'm allergic to cold. Saima, yeah, I think we all are. It's getting very cool. Even in South Africa, it's supposed to be summer soon, and my parents say it's really cold there. Eric, thank you so much for your link for Bamboozle. It is awesome. My English is poor and I can't explain to people what I need to do. I'm trying to find native speakers, but it's difficult for participants. I definitely understand what you mean. What you can do, I think, is to keep some students. So let's say give students different roles. So say this week, it is this person's responsibility to find some words to use or to find some questions or a topic, right? So start giving them responsibility, because I found with a lot of these type of when you get together these groups, either the students just look towards you to provide them with what they need to do. No, go and do that for the first couple of lessons and then say, okay, well, let's pick someone else to think of some questions for next week. So start giving them responsibilities so that they feel that they are a part of it. And that's, I think that's a really good tip. It's actually in the classroom too. If students feel, oh, you know what, I'm just sitting there and the teacher has to perform, that's not a great way of teaching. But if you make them a part of the class, when you give them responsibilities, okay, how then it makes the language their own, or it makes the class, they feel like they're really a part of the class and they're part of a bigger group, right? They're part of a team. So that's very important. Letty, you're from Sweta, very close to Gibraltar too. I'm so envious of you guys. I would really like to go closer to the Mediterranean Sea and go and see that part of Europe too. I would love to go there. Saima, have you seen making videos on writing? I've seen you making videos on writing. When are you going to get that? I'm excited. You are getting that on Tuesday. Tuesday the 1st is when I'm going to release it. I'm very excited about that video. It's going to be 8 minutes long, so it's not too long. I've put in 10 activities in there, and I think it's going to be a really fun video. I enjoyed shooting it. I put in a lot of jokes, I guess, and I think you're going to like this one. Please check it out. And by the way, guys, I'm going to say it again. If it's possible, please go onto the Facebook page. I'm going to post it at the same time. And watch more videos on there, or please share the video when it comes out, because this month, this December, I'm going to push as hard as I can. It's I'm going to release a lot of videos on Instagram, everywhere. I'm just going to go super hard because it's before my vacation starts. During the vacation, I want to work on some other programs. So I'm going to push really hard this semester, and I really appreciate all the help. Motivation, ask them why they want to learn a particular skill. That will help you as a teacher have an idea of what they are trying to get out of it. It makes it so much easier, Ben, if we understand it too. It will really help. If we understand what our students want to learn, it's so much easier to guide them. I think that's what's really difficult as teachers is, finding out what our students really want to learn, and also finding out what they enjoy or what type of learners they are. So a lot of teachers, you know, they the first time they meet their students, they have some kind of way to assess them, to find out what level they are or what their interests are, or you know, what they're capable of doing. But then and then using that information to be a better teacher. And I think we've got to continually assess them to see not only what their skill level is, but also what they want to learn. I think that's really good. Thank you so much, Ben, for that. And Anna, hi, best wishes from Ukraine. I'm very glad to see you here. I work with small kids. They like to learn English with games, songs, and interesting videos. Yeah, kids are they can be very easy and fun to teach, but it can also be difficult. It does take like a mindset switch where you've got to make it interesting and fun for them, and then they will really enjoy it. I think the problem is that a lot of teachers, you know, we remember our time when we learned something. We remember when we were in high school, where you basically sat down and you just studied. And then when we go and we teach young students for the first time, we try and take that approach of just like teaching them that way. But we've got to make it fun. We've got to make it interactive, got to use fun activities or videos. I think that will be really good. So the first, this week, the first 2 weeks of December, I'm going to release a lot of energizer videos that are going to be a lot of fun. It's basically classroom energizers to help the students have fun and to enjoy. Eric, you're cool. I really like your games. Oh, sorry, let me click here. Yeah, I really like your games, techniques with Zoom. You were born like a teacher. Can you give me some links which we can use for preparation? What do you mean with that? Is it like, do you want some activities to use, or would you like some way to prepare? I think so. Some of the game, actually, there's a new website, not a new website, but another website that I would like to suggest. I'll do a video on it. I think it's called Letty. Did you show it to me? It's called WordWall. No. It was Catty. Catty showed me WordWall. I think it's called a really fun way. Let me see. Is it WordWall? Yeah. Go to wordwall.net and you'll see some other games that you can use and some examples of games that you can use for language. I'll definitely make a video on it. Please check it out. I think try that website. The other website I've done videos on, Bamboozle, those are just games you can use. The techniques for Zoom. Yeah, I've done so many videos on teaching for Zoom, and I think these new activities will also help. It's just getting the students to engage with each other and to engage with the material. That's the most important part. For Quito, I hope to meet you one day here in my country, Mexico. Are you thinking about visiting countries to meet followers? By the way, where are you from? I'm from South Africa, but I'm currently working in South Korea. That is exactly what I want to do for Quito. As soon as I have time, and as soon as you know, the pandemic is over, or when they release the vaccine, then I would love to travel, meet some of my subscribers, and I think I would also like to go and speak at schools, you know, or help teachers with that. But then again, I'm going to have to write some speeches or put my ideas in order. You know, right now, like today, I'm not very confident. I can feel myself struggling with words, but I guess that's what happens, right? When you do that. But I would definitely travel. I've made a promise to go to Mexico. Maybe not this year. Hopefully, well, maybe not 2021. Hopefully, 22. Maybe I would love to. Alexandra. I started to teach Spanish for beginners. I have a British student and really like it. The only motivated person in my English club had her work as a motivation. Would love to see you as a guest in our house next to the beach. I would love to go and visit. The area is really nice here. I was born in Odessa, Ukraine. Hello to Ukrainians. Discovered there are a lot there. Yeah, I think one of the first countries I want to travel when I get out, I really want to go to Russia and Ukraine. Eastern Europe, I think I really want to visit first, and then after that, also want to do Western Europe and South America. I would love to go. The easiest for me, though, are all these are countries in Asia, because that's where I'm based. But I would love to go and visit there too. Yizu, hi. Do you think what difficulties for learners from non-English speaking background in EFL learning? Sorry. Okay. Let me try that again. The difficulties for non-English speaking background in EFL learning. Well, obviously, you're not surrounded by the language, and you're using your native language all the time, and that's the biggest trouble is finding a place where you can use it. Now, these speaking clubs that some of the members are using, that's a valuable tool, because you get to practice and learn from other people, especially if you're not studying at an academy or you're not studying at school. You've got to find your own way of learning. Now, most people that study on their own, they use video series such as Friends, for example, to listen to the language and to use it. So I think that's the most important, is interacting with the language. Now, as teachers, for learners, what we want to do as teachers is we want to create an environment where learners can practice together and they can have fun and use the language. We have different lessons where we teach them vocabulary or grammar, and then we get them to use it either by writing or listening or speaking. Most of the time we're focused on speaking, because that is the quickest way for a person to show how good they are at a language, is by speaking. Right. I think I need to do some more. So I think there are difficulties. The main difficulty is just not being exposed to English as much as we should. Alexandra, thank you for your Zoom videos. They help me a lot. I'm so thankful. Yeah, I did all those Zoom videos and I really enjoyed it. And for me, it's what I think the thing I always want to do, and that's why I ask you constantly, if you tell me something I should work on, I write it down and I want to make a video on it. Because for me, it's about if I can help someone with something, or I can show them a game or a program to use, then I'm also learning. So that's why I'm always writing down the things that you are asking. Danny, hi Danny, how are you doing? Edward, hi from Pakistan. Wait, I've got Pakistan. It is Asado. Asado. That's hello. Or we can also I think in Tamil it's Vanakam, I think. Okay. From Pakistan. I hope you're good. Actually, I want some advice as a student. Because of lockdown, I'm losing motivation and creativity. Yeah, that's really tough. Now, I can understand, because you're not able to go out, you're not able to travel, you're not able to work with other people or use the language. We've got to use the internet. We've got to find other like-minded people to chat with, and you're doing it right now. You're listening to me talking, and you're practicing, you're asking questions. That's what you want to do. I think your motivation will increase some more. What I would do is, you know what a lot of people do to motivate themselves? They make a motivation wall. What do they call it again? There's another word for it. Basically, or a dream wall. So think of like where you want to be in the future, what you want to have, what ability would you like to have, what do you sound like, and then write down what you want. Or best yet, find images on the internet and make yourself some kind of paper with all the things that you want in the future. There's a word for it. Man, I'm so slow today. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So and use that as motivation. So if you ever feel like, oh man, I don't want to study, or I don't want to learn something, and you look at that paper of what you want, your desires, your goals, and then it will remind you, oh, listen, this is what I want to do. That's what I want to be in the future. And everything I do now will help me, get me closer to achieving those dreams. So it could be, someone you want to sound like, or a person that you respect or love that you want to be like, or it could be something that you want to have, if it's a nice car, or if it's a more successful job, whatever your dream is. Get some pictures of what you want, some photos, and then every day just motivate yourself to become that new person that has that. Alexandra, I thought you are British. Worked with South Africans on a cruise ships. Really nice and fun people. Well, thank you. Yeah, one of my friends, he was a teacher here. He went to work on some cruise ships. I had some other friends too. Yeah, it's. I think that's a really interesting life being on cruise ships. You know, you meet so many interesting people, and yeah, I think that must have been a really interesting period of time for you. South America is waiting for you, Eric. Betty, I will go there as soon as I possibly can. Christina from Athens in Greece. Wow, from Greece. I think I've had some viewers from Greece too. Hi, Christina. It's so nice to hear you. How do you say hello in Greek? I need to learn more languages. Oh, by the way, guys, if you haven't heard, my plan for next year is I want some of you to teach me something. So I'm going to make a series, maybe just 5 minutes, where I want you and me, we will do like a live video, maybe on Zoom, and we chat. And then I want you to teach me some words that I can use in the classroom or when I'm traveling. And I'll make like just a 5-minute video and put it out. I think that will be a lot of fun. Monet from the Philippines. Hope you visit us here sometime. I've been to the Philippines a few times now. How do we say it? Kumusta. Kumusta. Right. I would love to go back to the Philippines. I've got to go there sometime soon again, just to go and visit some friends that I have made. Such lovely people. I would love to go back. I haven't been to Manila though. I've been to some of the islands in Cebu, but yeah, I haven't been there. Eric, you needed to change your name to Marco Polo. You want to go around the world. Well, Letty, it's because I talk to all of you. You know, if I didn't have this connection to you, I wouldn't know what to do. I would just be stuck wherever I am, you know. But thanks to the internet and meeting, well, you know, talking to all of you, I'm really like motivated, and I really want to go and see all these places. You know, before I thought, no, you know, I'll just travel around a little bit and do what I want to do. But now, just talking to you, I'm really, I really want to go. Eric, how many years are you working as an ESL teacher? Do I need a certificate to be an ESL teacher? I teach Russian language, but not English. After that, people want to be a teacher, not a student. Okay, yeah, you don't need a qualification to be an ESL teacher. I mean, anybody can do it, but if you want to get a job, then you need to get some training. Some teachers do a small certificate you can do is a TESOL certificate, but that's just a quick course you can do that gives you some examples and how to teach English as a second language. So it's called a TESOL certificate, but it's probably like a 120-hour course that you can do. But I think for each country, it depends. If you want to become a teacher, you're going to need a different type of qualification. Some countries, you need a degree, but in most cases, you know, you can do a quick certificate that you can do online. Yeah, by the way, guys, I'm going to cut my hair, maybe not this week, maybe next week, because I want to shoot that new video series I want to shoot. I'll cut my hair short. So for now, you're just going to have to watch me with my thick hair, but I'll change it maybe in 2 weeks. Spacewalker, how are you doing? It's always a pleasure seeing you. Have you been well? Monet, tips on how to get students to be comfortable with speaking in front of a camera. Yeah, I think it just takes a lot of practice. Tell them to imagine that they are, ask them who their favorite YouTuber is, and then ask them, how does that favorite YouTuber, how do they act in front of the wall? So you can can give them an example. Oh, this is my favorite YouTuber, and they do these types of videos, and they've got a really interesting personality. And then ask them, who is your favorite YouTuber? How do they speak to the camera? How do you think they interact with the camera? How is the camera position? You know, do they smile a lot? Or what is their body language like? So you get them to kind of imagine that they're that YouTuber, and then they embody that. I think that's the quickest way. It's kind of like a quick, it's like a cheat, you know. It's instead of them putting in the hours and learning about how to best use their body language and how to speak naturally in front of a camera, let them first imagine that they are that YouTuber, and you can give them some tips and examples. But then after that, they just need to practice. Let them practice with each other. Let them fake smile. Let them play some games. I think another good way for them to build confidence is to do some of these acting type of role plays where you say, okay, everyone, I want you to be a scary lion. And then see them act it out. Okay, now you're a zombie. Ooh. Okay, now you are very hungry, but your brother stole your cake. You're like, and okay. So you get the idea, is by being silly, by having fun, and by them like kind of projecting that YouTuber that they love, then I think they will improve quickly with being more comfortable in front of the camera. I think for myself too, I'm still not as natural as I should be, but I feel a lot better just talking to the camera like this. And like I said before, Letty, she was amazing when I saw her. It's a big difference just by practicing a lot and by really embracing it. Instead of saying, oh, I'm shy, I'm awkward, let them embrace it and go through it. 2022, yay! We will receive you with open arms. For Quito, I can't wait. I think it'll be so much fun. I was talking to one of my teachers, and he said, yeah, one of the most beautiful countries he's been to. If he could retire anywhere, it would be Mexico. Ashmit, I have a few motivational posters on my wall, and those really help me out. Very true, guys. If you don't see something, if something is in front of you all the time, you will improve. I remember one of my teachers told me this. They said, one second. One of my teachers, I remember, I think it was my accounting teacher. And this is really funny. I remember it was accounting, and I wasn't very good at accounting. And I think the teacher didn't like me very much either, right? Because I wasn't motivated. I didn't enjoy it. And she was always mean to me. I was like, why are you being so mean to me? It's because you don't work hard enough at accounting. I'm like, okay, fair enough. But I won't bother the other students. And then she never liked me. And then at our school, each teacher is responsible for different extracurricular activity, extramural activity. And I always played chess. For those of you who don't know, I used to play chess during high school and elementary school. Yeah, actually really enjoyed playing chess. And then she became our chess teacher. Well, she was like the manager for the chess team. And then suddenly she just loved me. She's like, oh, Eric, I bet you she was just being nice so I would continue playing chess. She's like, Eric, are you a chess player? I'm like, yeah, ma'am. That's what I do. Anyway, back to the information she gave. She told us the story. She said, okay, well, these are some of the equations you have to study for accounting, and the only way you're going to learn it is to memorize it. So what you should do is you should paste it in your bathroom, right? In front of your toilet seat. You should put it so if you go to the bathroom, if you then every day you'll see that, and then you read that. And I thought, oh, that's a great way, because you're exposing yourself to it. And I think you can do the same with language or motivation if you want to study something, just like Ashmit said, by seeing it. And that's, what do you call that thing I'm trying to remember? The dream chart, the dream board. Anyway, put it in front of you so that you can see it. So what I always do is I write down what I have to do for the week. And if I don't write it down, I don't see it, and I don't know I have to do it. So it works the same with motivation. To be honest. Okay, there we go. TBG. To be honest, actually. Okay. About Zoom. How to create activities for breakout rooms. Sometimes I need to have two organizers. Yes, your video about Zoom is awesome. Thanks a million. You are really inspired me to organize a club. I'm so happy because of people like you that open these clubs. You're helping so many people. And I bet you that once you find the members that really enjoy it too, they'll be part of it. And by the way, you're from Belarus. Oh, really nice. I've been reading about Belarus recently. I need to learn some Russian too, because I want to go to, like I said, Eastern Europe. That's where I want to go next year, summer, when it opens up. By the way, so what you want to do with the breakout rooms is, it's very important for the students to know exactly what to do. So you've got to give them clear instructions, and they should work together, and they should also have a product at the end. So you have to make sure whatever they're going to do, the activity, the speaking, the game, if they have to prepare something or make something, they have to work together. Now, some of the issues that we have is as soon as you put the students into the breakout room, one student is just not doing anything, right? So you've got to go and look at those rooms too. You've got to be, you've got to give them rules like that, that they have to have a product to make. And if a student doesn't participate, you will find out, and they have to, somebody else should send you a private message. That way, you're actually using the student's fear. You tell them, listen, if someone's not working in your group, send me a private message. I'm going to go to that group and I'm going to see. And then you have to tell the students, listen, I want you to prepare this product because you're going to present it to the class, or you're going to send it to me. So you've got to work together. Also, we've got to break up the activities. So sometimes we give students an activity and it's too big. You want to break it out into smaller groups. So let's say they've got to prepare a dialogue, right? Or a role play. First, you're going to say, okay, everyone, first I want you to come up with a scenario and characters. So you put them in the breakout rooms, then they come back and you ask them, okay, so what scenario and things that you do? Then you say, okay, now I want you to use the scenario, these characters, and I want you to write the first 10 lines, the first thing. Then you put them back into the breakout rooms, they do the first 10 lines, they come back, you say, okay, what did you guys learn? Okay, now I want you to write the conclusion. So instead of giving them the whole thing to do, you can break it down into smaller parts too. I think with the breakout rooms, you don't want to make it too long. You don't want to say, okay, everyone, this is going to be 20 minutes. I would make it a maximum 10 minutes in a breakout room. I would shorten it. I would bring them back, let them give me feedback, send them back. That's one of the tips I would give. From Belarus, that's where we saw a Russian teacher. I can help you, definitely. Thank you so much. You'll need a minimum of a BA from a university. So this is, I think what Ben means is, so one of, if you want to teach English as abroad, you need to be from one of the native speaking countries, and you need to have a BA, so you need a degree. But it depends on every country. I mean, if let's say you live in Russia, and you want to be an English teacher, you're going to have to learn these skills, and maybe you can do a quick certificate. And if you want to teach at like an academy, then they'll let you, because it depends on that skill and practice and knowledge. It doesn't depend. Maybe you don't need a degree, maybe you do. It depends on whatever country you're teaching at. But if you want to teach in another country, like in Korea or Japan or China, then the minimum would be a degree from a university. John, hi John, another from Colombia, right? How are you doing? Cartagena, and then Edward. It's so funny, Ashwin. Is it you that helped me with this? I was like, what is TYSM? Thank you so much, sir. Okay, greeting from Pakistan. Aslam Alaikum. That's it. Aslam Alaikum. I've heard that one before, from Pakistan. I'm so sorry. Pakistan. I really need these lessons to get that. Aslam or Alaikum. Thank you so much. I'm going to write that down. I need to organize all these greetings and use it more. I'm absolutely sure you will love Odessa and Kiev in Ukraine. Would love to participate, teaching you some Russian or Ukrainian. And I've been studying Greek. Yaso. Is that okay? Yaso in Greek. Okay, nice. Guys, I'm going to learn so much. I'm so excited for it. I really want to start doing that soon. This year, this month, December, don't ask me to do anything. But in January, we're going to organize these. We're going to use it. Parveen, what happened to your hair? Just joined it, so you're talking. Oh, I'm just going. I hate my hair getting too long. So I'm going to cut it very short, maybe in 2 weeks' time, when I need to shoot a new series. John, your methods of teaching are awesome. Thank you so much. My mom is here too. Hi, Mom. I was talking to her earlier. Monette, the T, you pronounce the T. Okay, Monette, thank you. Alexandra, how many languages do you speak fluently? Hopefully, we'll finally start my YouTube channel. Definitely, just start. For me, I speak two, I speak English and Afrikaans and my Korean. Afrikaans is like Dutch. And then my Korean is maybe like a high beginner, low intermediate, I guess. Actually, I'm thinking of doing an introduction video with Korean just to show some Korean that I can use. It's not great, but it might be fun to do something like that. Betty, I would be glad to teach you some words and expressions in Spanish. I would love it. Mi profesor favorito. Favorito. I would love to learn Spanish. Actually, I think I would learn Spanish quite quickly out of all the languages because it's so similar to English. I believe that that might be the easiest one for me to learn. Grisella, very useful tips. Thank you. Yeah, I was today when I started, I wasn't very on top of it, but I'm feeling a lot better now. And then Megam, how are you getting more popular? I have no. Oh, it's amazing how you're getting more popular. Really, I feel I'm just so happy you guys are here and I can chat with you. Sadly, it's harder to ask more questions. Well, Megam, you have my personal. You can message me anytime, and I'll love to chat to you. And Megam, maybe you can teach me some Korean words that I can use in the classroom if you want to be my teacher for that. So yeah, I think maybe from a couple of weeks from now, I'll start asking you guys who wants to teach me, and then we can plan those videos. Good weekend. Yeah, have a good weekend. Everyone have a good end to your weekends, and I hope you have a lovely week next week. Jamboard. No, it's something else. It's I'm from Bangladesh. I just saw my one Bangladeshi friend today too. Actually, one of my friends had an accident yesterday, and they had to go to the hospital. She hurts her hand, and he was with her. Such a good friend, such a nice guy. He's got a YouTube channel. What's his YouTube channel's name? I think it's the Bangladeshi Abroad. What's his channel name again? Very nice guy. And I went to pick them up and took them home. Urwa, it's called a vision board. Urwa, thank you so much. That was going to drive me crazy. Yeah, a vision board. Guys, create a vision board. Also, if you want to learn something or you need a vision board. Okay, guys, we're heading into the last 4 minutes. I think there's so much. I'm so sorry I haven't gotten to ECRIF. I wanted to get to that too. To be honest, I'm the reluctant speaker in breakout room. Yeah, we've got to motivate our students to speak somehow. I think that's very difficult. It's something I'll think about some more, and maybe I'll make a video on how to get our students to use it, to use breakout rooms more effectively, because there's such an important part of teaching. Right now, everybody just got used to using Zoom and how to teach online. But I think the next step is, to take teaching further. And also Ben from Be the Revolution, he's another teacher that is really motivated to go to that next level of online teaching. Thanks to you, I learned to use breakout rooms on Zoom, and it's a success. Excellent, Betty. Alexandra would love to watch more videos dedicated to Zoom classes. At the moment, I teach adults individually, but would love to have a lot of people participating at the same time. Yeah, like I said before, I want to do a video just on activities for one-on-one. The videos I'm going to share next year with the topics questions, they'll be great for one-on-one. And yeah, for Zoom classes, I think next year, if online teaching continues, I might do some more videos on that. I'll definitely do some videos on Word Wall. I think that it's such a nice website to use to make games, just like Bamboozle. Cheers from Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. That's where I went. I went to Ho Chi Minh maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Really enjoyed it. Eric, now you should invite us to Zoom meeting. That would be great. Yes, for Keto, I did one before. If I do another one, I'll definitely invite you. And oh yeah, by the way, guys, thank you so much. We just hit 19,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and I'm so grateful. But I would love it if I want to push Facebook. So if you can, this week, the writing activities video and all the activities videos after that, you're really going to enjoy them. Please share them. I would really appreciate that, because December, I want to work as hard as possible, especially for Facebook. Sama, hello Parveen. I'm from Bangladesh too. Where do you live in Bangladesh? Betty, thanks for your support. Let me quickly go through here. When to write for you, any tip? You're definitely my favorite. Thank you so much, Betty. I appreciate that. Saima, Dhaka. Oh, okay. Dhaka is the capital, right? From Argentina here, one of the most typical. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hola, ¿qué tal? And I'm so sorry to hear about it was Maradona who passed away recently. What am I so? Yeah, it was Maradona that just recently passed away. I'm so sorry to hear about that. My regards to Argentina. My sympathies. He was such a great, soccer player in his prime. But yeah, I think there were some warnings for us too to take care of our health. But yeah, I think at his time he did so much for the country. Definitely. Hi from Morocco. You should visit our country. You'd love it. I'll definitely will, Hind. Now you can introduce yourself in Russian. Can we create your group Eric's fan? Spasiba. Spasibo. Thank you. Yeah, spasiba, spasibo. I really thank you so much. Well, we have the Facebook group. Guys, on the Facebook group, if you have any questions, please post it on there and discussions. I really want to push that more. Kifiat, love you, sir, so much. Please give me some tips for online teaching without students in front of me. Yeah, just you're just going to have to get used to it. Just put some pictures of some students behind you and just imagine that you're talking with them. Just like with me, you know, when I'm teaching here, I can see your icons, but I got used to it because I know the people are there and they're watching, and I can get that. Saima, bye Eric, bye everyone. See you all next week. Ben, thank you so much. I'll see you this week in class. Definitely will, Ben. Anna, thank you for everything. Have a nice week. Parvin, I want to join your Zoom class. If you arrange, I will let you know. Yes, poor Diego, and thanks. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining. You're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to be posting a video almost every day on Sunday. Please let me know what you thought about the writing activities video and the other ones too. Put it in the comments. And also, please share them on Facebook. I'm going to push it hard. Everyone, have an amazing week. Thank you so much for being here. I know I was struggling with some words before, but I feel much better now that I've spoken to you. Everyone, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.